so starting off, we got the chords right here. It is this piano from Contact. A lot of people use it. I finally just got it because it was on sale for like $75, which is a great price. So I was like, yep, I'm gonna get that. So got that piano, and this chord progression, it's just a pretty basic progression, but I started finding popular songs that I like and just getting the progression of what they did and recreating it, making it sound a little bit different, maybe changing up like the bounce of it, and this is what we got. The original chord was this one, and then I pitched that one up, and this note at the bottom is just the same note down 1 octave. And you could also start with just doing this, because if you hear, and you could build off of that and make your chords. And next we got my top line melody, which I played on my piano, and I held the sustain pedal, so that's why all these notes are long. But I just kind of followed the scale. I did one of these patterns, and then after I played it, I copied it up and just messed with the velocities a little bit. Yep, so pretty catchy little melody there. Just play what sounds good. That's what I've been doing, and it's been working out. Moving on, I have arcade sample. Yeah, just these two little phrases. And then turn the velocity down. There's a lot of good arcade presets out there and samples, and I used to like fill the entire progression. I would have like them saying something, but I started like taking that out. This might even be too much. It kind of depends. So depending on the song, the artist might be like, nah, I don't want that in there, only in the intro or something. So I didn't want to go too crazy with it, so I only have those 2 parts. And if you don't like it, it could always be taken out. And the last sound, there's only 4 sounds in this, is the bass. Another Contact bass that I got, the Neck Pure preset. Didn't change anything on here because I thought it sounded good, and followed that same progression, except right here I did two notes. Cool, so that's pretty much the melody. Alright, so I had made the whole beat on video, but it ended up, the mic, something happened with the mic, and now I sound like a robot. So hopefully it doesn't sound like that now. I'll just go back and explain what I did. Yeah, pretty pissed about that, but it's alright. Okay, so this is the main part of the hook. First pattern we got is our 808. Let me turn everything on over here. Okay, so see, I'm just following what's going on. I have the cut itself on, and over here, turn the hold all the way up. I turn everything down. I don't do it all the time, just kind of depends on the 808. I have this out knob turned up quite a bit because I don't want it to last that long after it hits, and then the boost is just turned up a little bit. Not sure if you can see on the screen, but the velocity, you just want to make sure that it's all the way up. Go right there. Doesn't have to be all the way to the top, but I like it like right where it was at. About right there. And I'll do the kick last. Next I have 2 claps. I have one, just a regular clap, and then I have a layered one. And I'll switch between just having the one clap and having both, because when you put both, it definitely gives a lot more like punch to the beat. Sometimes like during the verse, I just want the one clap. Next I added this, actually no, after that I have the hi-hat pattern down here. Pretty cool. We got a simple two-step pattern with some rolls in there and then some notes below. And for that, I actually used one of the midis from my Hat Midi Kit, which you could get for free. I'll put the link down below. Just a little starters for you. This was one of them, just to give you some ideas. And I labeled the BPM, so anywhere within the ranges that I put is what you can, you know, use that pattern for. So I used one that was between 120 and 170 and just dragged it in. After that, I have this open hat. Pretty simple, hits in the same spot every time. This perk, it's kind of like a shaker. Gives it a little, you know, a little something. And a snare. Finally, our kick. I have this kick pattern. I don't hit every time that the 808 hits. Which I think that sounded pretty good. Then I just laid it out by sections. I have intro, chorus here, then we got the verse, then a little section like a bridge, then it goes back to the chorus. Okay, so for the mixing, I had already mixed the loop and then exported it, so I have it right here. But for the loop, it's mostly just leveling. I have some stereo separation at the bottom. For the top line piano and the arcade, I definitely wanted to add a reverb. Let me go back to it so you could see. Okay, yeah, so on the arcade we have an EQ with the telephone effect and delay. Have the time there so it repeats that last word. Then I turned it down because I don't want it too loud. And then reverb, I turned the wet up, the dry down a little bit, and I have that at max. So without that, ever since I met you, hey, hey, hey. And then with everything, cool, that's the sound I was going for. And what is this? The bass, I took out some of the highs and the very, very low end. Not much going on there. The top line piano, I have just a little bit of reverb and then an EQ to boost the part that I like. And take out the lows as well, because we want this bass to be providing all the lows. And main piano chords, same thing, took out the lows and boosted this frequency right here. So after all that was done, I just leveled it. I like to have it hit around 12 so it's not too loud. And that's exported into this file. And now I'm going to turn on my master, which is 2 soft clippers, so you can actually hear how the drums are supposed to sound. put in mono, turned it down a little bit, and also have this EQ taking out some of the very low end, because there's a note in there that is, when anything's on the 4, it's like kind of muddy. So I did that so I could still use that note without it being too, too muddy or anything. Just leveled everything else. I picked a good sound, so didn't have to really do anything there. And I also brought up the highs on the hi-hat and panned it to the right just a tiny bit. And that's it. That's it for the mix. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for the whole video. Hope you learned some tips. And definitely check out those kits, the Timeless Loop Kit, which should be out already, and I'll leave a link down below for that. And also the hi-hat midis. I definitely think that'll improve your workflow just to get a pattern down real quick. But take care, y'all, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.